Aaron Rodgers revealed Wednesday that he's been dealing with a broken thumb on his throwing hand. The injury happened on the final play of the Packers' loss to the Giants on October 9th. That was in London. When asked why he didn't confirm it was broken until now, Rodgers had this to say.
It didn't make a difference.
It doesn't?
It doesn't make a difference with me playing, That doesn't make a difference. You saw the tape on my thumb, didn't make a difference. It's about the same every week. It didn't really get any better. It didn't get significantly worse. I was just dealing with the occasional kind of dull pain and working through it.
And look who's here. Sam Acho, Bart Scott. Happy Thanksgiving, guys.
Happy Thanksgiving.
You eat well.
All right, great.
I'm good. Kuda Matata.
Did you just ask Bart Scott on national television
did he eat well?
If he ate well?
Yeah.
If he ate well.
Yeah. What's wrong with that?
I'm living good, Molly. I appreciate the caution. Thank you. Yes, I ate well.
Good.
Thank you.
When doesn't he eat well?
Oh, my goodness.
Good Lord.
Oh, my goodness. Did you eat well?
Yes.
Did you carb load?
Carmen did a thing.
Hi, Carmen. Okay, that's what I like to hear.
Yes.
Sam, I'll start with you. What did you think about Rodgers disclosing this right now?
I wasn't surprised, right? They've been losing a lot of games. He's been playing poorly. I wasn't surprised. My only issue was this. You got a broken thumb, which I get. Last year you had a broken toe, you won MVP. And so everyone in the NFL is injured. Yeah. So the fact that you're going to talk about an injury, whether right now or later, it doesn't make a difference. You have to find a way to win. Quarterbacks get injured, receivers get injured. Mm-hmm. So I wasn't surprised by it. He's going to play either way, and you got to find a way to find either better players or play better yourself.
Yeah. I think he's trying to justify his play. And, everybody in the NFL is injured, right? The first day after the NFL, you're going to hear the first week, you're going to hear people getting all kind of surgeries, getting everything fixed up. So nobody cares about that excuse. The reality is that the Green Bay Packers are in a tough situation. They have a quarterback that's no longer able and capable to carry the franchise by himself. He needs support. But also they have a young quarterback in Jordan Love that we know absolutely nothing about. So they have to, consider what is Aaron Rodgers' future, how dedicated he is. Like I said before, I blame Tom Brady for this. And I blame Tom Brady because we assume that every quarterback that has a resume, that has an MVP on it, that has playoff wins, a Super Bowl behind them, that they can play well into their 40s. Mm-hmm. And they have the ability to win Super Bowls in their 40s. Denver made that same mistake with Russell Wilson by giving him an extension for almost $250 million because he said he's going to play into his 40s. Not everybody's Tom Brady. Not every situation is the same, even though it looks like it. They have to really, truly consider, is it time to move on from the baddest man in the planet, like Stephen A. refers to him, and push that big chip into the middle and get a bunch of good players by cashing in a great player?
I think that sentiment is utterly ridiculous.
You can't think that.
I can think that, and I do. You guys played. I watch. I reported. I've been watching the NFL for 3 decades. Yep. I've been listening, and like I told y'all before, you see, this is why y'all can't ever. I'm not. I listen to those who are. I learn. I don't sit up there. I'm not the stupid reporter that thinks that I know football the way that y'all do. I listen to y'all. And so what happens is that I don't just listen to y'all when y'all on first day. See, when you're on the radio, I listen to you. When you're on sports and on one of them other shows, I listen to you. I'm watching. You understand? When I know you're going to be on first take, I'm going to watch. I'm going to see what you're going to say, okay? And the point is that listening to y'all throughout the years, y'all talk about the importance of the quarterback position. Mm-hmm. And you talk about how that sets the stage for everything in the National Football League. Aaron Rodgers can ball. We know this. Now, we also know he hasn't had one single 300-yard passing game this year. Mm-hmm. I have blamed him primarily for the struggles of the Green Bay Packers. Why? Because you let Davante Adams walk out that door. There is no excuse for that. No quarterback in the history of the National Football League has ever been successful throwing the football to themselves. Okay. You throw it to somebody. I will remind you, throughout the years, when Randall Cobb was younger, he was a primary weapon. Jordy Nelson was a primary weapon. Davante Adams was a primary weapon. And you had Valdez Scantling, and you had Lazard, and even though they were secondary receivers or what have you, Davante Adams will make other people look good because you got the key on that, brother. Okay? What I'm saying to you is that this notion that all of a sudden Aaron Rodgers can't do something. That's not the problem. Christian Watson, we like what we've been seeing from him, at least when they played up against Dallas. We get all of that. Randall Cobb, before he went down, miraculously seemed more open than we anticipated he would ever be. Lazard has had some decent moments. But when we look at the Green Bay Packers, it's a misnomer to assume they didn't have weapons before. They did. And so even though Aaron Rodgers was great, part of his greatness was the fact that he had weapons he doesn't have this year. And I'm saying to you, when I look at it from that perspective, I understand he's climbing up there in age. But the way this brother can throw a football, I'm sorry, Bakhtiari missed the first 3 games of the season. If you give me my offensive line, I'm just saying, the point is you don't have the weapons. It's his fault because the weapon ain't there. But if the weapon was there, we wouldn't be saying this about Green Bay. If Devontae Adams was still on Green Bay, they'd have at least 3 more wins this year.
So
at least 3 more wins.
Tell me this. What did they do with Devontae Adams, with Aaron Rodgers being the MVP? No, what happened? Tell me the history.
And let me give you the history. They lost come playoff time. But they were winning 13 games in the regular season.
Is that what we measure great quarterbacks by?
What I'm saying, what I'm saying to you is this. You would sit up there. When they lost in the postseason, you said he didn't get it done. What you didn't say is you got to move on beyond them. Because they won 13 games during the regular season. There's a difference. I'm with you when you say he ain't get it done. But when you talk about, they got to move on from him, you're going too far.
But the only point I would make to you, because what you're saying, you've watched for 3 decades, and you study and you listen, you watch when everybody's on their show, and now all the things you're saying are true. But the thing you've missed is the fact that the great ones, and you've heard him say it, me say it, any former player, any current player, the great ones can overcome all of that. The great ones can do it without. That's what the great ones can do.
Did Drew Brees do it?
No.
Did Dan Marino do it?
That's a different
Did
conversation.
Dan Phelps do it? There's plenty of great receivers that didn't do it.
That's a different conversation, right? Because now you're talking maybe his decline. You're talking about his decline. What looks like a decline, right? Look at the stats. QBR, worst ever.
Not thinking about that.
Win-loss record, worst ever.
I see a guy that's bereft of weapons.
Okay.
But they ain't open.
Who fault is that?
Hold on, real quick.
His, because he let him walk out the door.
Real quick. There's been years that Tom Brady has been bereft of weapons.
Yeah.
Right.
At receiver.
Okay.
And in those years.
In New England.
Yeah.
In New England. In those years, Tom Brady still manages to not only make the playoffs, not only win playoff games, but win the Super Bowls.
That's fair.
And so so to your point of listening to people, because you're right. This is what players say. You need the quarterback. That's the most important. It's the paramount position in the NFL.
Okay.
But right now, this quarterback isn't playing up to par. And this guy's a 4-time MVP who we think doesn't need anybody. You don't need it. You're Aaron Rodgers. Tom Brady.
He made Jordy Nelson.
But all of a sudden, they're making him.
But what I want to make sure I'm clear about with you is I'm not disagreeing with you about the accountability he should have because of their doldrums and because of him being bereft of those weapons that he once had. And also only going to 1 Super Bowl even though he won it.
Yeah.
Damn it, that's not good enough. I get all of that. But where I will come back with you with this, Tom Brady, like for example, Troy Brown wasn't a household name.
Yep.
That brother could play.
Yeah.
That brother could play.
Okay.
They had people who could play, but they wanted Randy Moss.
There were years that Tom Brady had a makeshift offensive line.
Julian Edelman was the quarterback.
Edelman was no joke.
There were years, absolutely.
Gronk could ball.
We used to say he's making chicken salad, and you know the rest.
Excuse me. What we used to say was that he had a phenomenal coach and leader in Bill Belichick. Okay. Who, by the way, covered a lot of stuff too.
Listen,
let's call it what it is now.
This is the hard thing.
But we gonna say Matt LaFleur is Bill Belichick?
No, listen. The hard thing is when to transition from a great player. We watched your Pittsburgh Steelers struggle with the transition from a Hall of Fame quarterback.
Totally. So you're saying if the Green Bay Packers, whether next year, whatever, if they get back another top flight receiver, or better yet, if Devontae Adams was on the team this year, it'd be significantly better.
I'm telling you, they're right there battling Minnesota for the NFC North. I'm not saying that because Minnesota's like, 9-2 now?
Yeah.
So I'm not saying that. But do I think they would have been like a 7-4? Yes. Yes, they would have. Absolutely.
That's fine. But when you have to transition, listen, the general manager has a responsibility for the future, not just the present. Okay. So if Aaron Rodgers is your present in the future, you don't let Devontae Adams walk away. But now you may have to take this chip, push it in. Look at what Seattle's done, moving from Russell Wilson. They have built the foundation to be a steady contender for the next 10 years, not just this year or next year.
You're saying trade him?
Push that chip in.
How about your Jets?
No, we good. No, I'm not.
Oh,
no, I'm not saying
we
good with Zach
your
Wilson.
quarterback.
We good with
Yeah,
Zach
no.
Wilson.
What I'm saying is
You're going to make me faint on national television.
No, what I'm saying is you have to give up everything you have, all your good young pieces, to Green Bay, and you bring Aaron Rodgers. He still ain't going to have nothing.
Nothing.
John Elway,
Nothing.
You're going to have to give away Garrett Wilson, Breece Hall.
No, I understand that part. But I'm challenging your statement. Aaron Rodgers don't have nothing. He ain't got nothing left.
No, I didn't say that. I said if Aaron Rodgers goes there and all the rumpings you have to give up to get him, you're still not going to beat Josh Allen in that division.
Yeah.
I
don't know.
Guys
I'm just saying, Bart, I don't think your Jets should draft the quarterback again. Maybe it's time to get a vet.
May I say something? We'll find this out about Tua. We'll find it out. If Aaron Rodgers was in Miami with Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle,
that's a different story. But guess what?
They might win it all.
He wouldn't be able to make $50 million. You can't beat Tom Brady if you're going to take all the cheese off the taco.
We're not disputing that. I get your point about that with the money, and I get your point about that. And you got my point about him letting Devontae Adams walk out the door. But don't worry about it. It's cool. I can take it. The point that I'm trying to make to you is this. I'm just addressing the skill set.
Yep.
Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, the skill set.
With a Tyreek Hill and a Jalen Waddle. Super Bowl.
That's why you.
Super Bowl.
That's why you.
What?
That's
Aaron Rodgers.
Okay, we gotta
That's
go.
why you trade him.
Miami doesn't need to make a change.
I didn't say that, Molly. I'm just talking about they're challenging the skill. They're challenging the skill level of Aaron Rodgers at this point.
No, we're not doing
saying that slippage, and I'm saying he's still a bad man. It's just been bad this year because, damn it, that's what you happens when you let your weapons walk out the door. That's the problem. That's a problem.
Okay.
That's a big deal, man. Devontae Adams.
Patrick Mahomes lost one.
Hey.
He got greedy, Stephen A.
He did.
Bart
He
Scott,
did.
Sam
He
Macho
did.
coming in
He
hot.
did.
Let's get in a commercial break.
No
We got
dispute.
plenty more with these
No
two. Coming up, the Cowboys flipped a switch
Blasphemy.
in the second half versus Giants yesterday. The stars were shining. Find out where there's huge disagreement here on which star is most important for them. Plus, speaking of stars, I got you all covered with a new edition of Molly's Deal to make sure you get all your money right on this Black Friday. Stick around. More First Take.